Kaminari here. Finally, I got a chance to do another comic review. This time, it is the long-awaited RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 1. Now, why I'm doing RWBY? Because I got into RWBY about as soon as RWBY started. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and I start watching the episodes and series. And I actually watched the last episode from Volume 3, and I was kind of like, oh my god, no, they didn't! Anyway, this is why I'm doing Volume 4. I should do like a comic review Volume 1, 2, and 3 of the RWBY, but no, not this time. And sorry, my hair is kind of like fluffy right now. It's like, yeah, fluffy. That's because I woke up like this, so... Anyway, let's get on to it. Now, where we left off in RWBY Volume 3 is pretty much Beacon Academy has been destroyed and invaded by not only the Grimm, but Cinder's posse along with the Faunus, or the White Fang Faunus. It pretty much literally destroyed everything. Kill Pyrrha. Major spoiler alert. If you haven't watched Volume 3 of RWBY, one of my favorite characters died and literally disintegrated. I don't think she died, but she's more like disintegrated. But even though she was chosen to be the Fall Maiden, although in fact the Fall Maiden's power just so happens to fall onto Cinder Falls. Anyway, and let's see, Blake is nowhere to be found. Weiss went back home to Atlas. Yang lost her arm, and she's kind of like really depressed. I mean, I can understand that if you lost an arm, you kind of like, damn, I need that arm. But it's more of, it's like her dominant arm. I think she's right-handed. And that's what it was. And then what will happen to RWBY? RWBY decided to go help out the other academies and hunt down whoever did this to her sister, her team, Pyrrha, and Beacon Academy. So she went along with the remnants of Team Juniper, make it to Team Ranger. I've actually never got a chance to see most of it, but finally I got my chance to do it. I'm going to do this every Sunday because why not? I don't get access until like Sunday or Saturday, so pretty much. Anyway, that's where it left off in after season 3. Season 4, the start of it, you get to see more of a team that consists of not only Emerald, Mercury Black, Cinder. We don't see Neapolitan, but I actually like Neo. I wish she has more of a voice and everything else. I did mention that her other partner in crime, Torchwick, is dead. Got eaten alive by a Grimm. That was awesome. That was really awesome. Anyway. And then you meet the other characters, and they start making fun of her because not only Cinder cannot talk due to her powers, her newfound powers, she lost an eye due to RWBY. But it was Salem actually made a comment like, okay, but she did everything else. Why are you saying that she failed? They mentioned that the Silver-Eyed Maiden was her fault, or the Silver-Eyed Warrior. And they're talking about RWBY. So, they're also looking for the Spring Maiden. I think they already found the Winter Maiden along with the Summer Maiden. And they're going to kill her to achieve their power, just to achieve their powers for, I don't know, world domination. But yeah. You actually meet like 3 more characters. One of them, I don't know. I can't remember their names, but oh well. Snooty McSnootpants. Yeah, him. Gaston next, and then Tennyson or something. I can't remember their names, but these are 3 guys. Kimberly 2.0. Yeah, Kimberly 2.0. I mean, seriously, he's a crazy lunatic. Anyway, she sends Kimberly 2.0 into looking for Ruby. And all of a sudden, Ruby's team end up finding another Grimm. Even though they mentioned like this poor kid. I think this poor kid makes a more of a centralized point or plot point into season 4. I don't know, but I really think this is pretty much something about him that made me think he must be really important. Because he had this premonition. Seeing all of Salem's crew and all that. Anyway, sorry. Nose is running. It's fall, you know. And allergies. Anyway, they fought a Grimm. And Jean is the only character who does not have a weapon. But he's like, I want you to do this. And I love the character design of Team Ranger. Although I kind of laugh at the point of the just when he got his upgrades to see the hoodie that has a little bunny rabbit. He said, "Oh, it's Pumpkin Pete from the cereal." I think I know what it was. It's supposed to be like a mascot of like a popular cereal in Remnant. And well, at least I wear a Pokemon t-shirt, and that's acceptable. I prefer wearing a Pokemon t-shirt right now than wearing something have to do with Pumpkin Pete. But I digress. Anyway, they fight a interesting Grimm that looks like a golem. And they say, hit him harder! I think what it was is a spirit Grimm that possessed, like, everything around him. Anyway, long story short, after the fight, everybody came back to the village and got their pay, and they end up going towards the blacksmith, and Jean got his upgrade. And he asked him, where do you find this great metal? And he said, from a friend. It is actually the belongings of Pyrrha. It's actually more of a memory of Pyrrha. It's like taking Pyrrha with them, even though she is no longer with them. And as I mentioned it before, Pyrrha is dead, even though I don't believe it's a type of death I want to deal with. This is kind of like, oh, no, they didn't kind of move. I mean, I literally made that move. And that's pretty much it so far. They go on and go to Minstrel. You actually see, like, you see Weiss. She's sitting down in her room. I love her costume, by the way. So pretty. But I'm not going to turn my hair blonde, that light of blonde, to be like her, but no. She is sat in her room, looking out the window, seeing the airships and all that, and her butler came and said, your father wishes to see you. And the episode cuts off. What do I think of it? Actually, it's a great improvement of the Rooster team and the animation team who did RWBY. I'm a huge fan of RWBY just because of the action, just for the comedy, just for the characters and story. I was like, yes. Do I recommend RWBY? Yes. Why? Because it's a must watch. Last year, I was not sure if you guys knew of it, any of you, my followers, knew of this or not, but this is a must. The series is created by the late Monty If you don't know who Monty is, he was the creator of Colors RWBY, but as of 2015, he has passed away due to complications of allergic reaction. Sorry. And it was a shock throughout the entire community, of course, and the fandom, because when I heard it, I was like, oh no. I was like, not him, not him. But as the end of the year progresses, and we get to learn more about what ideas of Team RWBY, or just RWBY in general, it gives me like some hope that there's going to be more to it. There's a lot of creators who passed on, that their franchises still continue to this day. Although there's questionable about the Marvel, but there's like, as long as there's like storytellers out there who can use the characters as created by these creators and move the story forward, that franchise can live on. And with Monty who passed away, I do believe that his story is more like a timeless fairy tale that came to life. And like I said, I really love his work. As for the shorts, yes, I'm going to say the shorts are like a little bit of comedic fun during the summer. I got a chance to watch every episode, I think every Saturday morning whenever I get a chance, or every Saturday whenever I get a chance to come home from work. And I do believe that it's a little funny. I mean, there's some like, at the very end of the RWBY Chibi, I would like to point out that it becomes more of like a skit comedy and all that, and some running gags, like Nora, who is addicted to pancakes and caffeine. RWBY being this really funny, ditzy, silly character, and then, of course, Blake and Weiss being the straight men of the entire series. And I do have a fun time, like, remember that dance sequence. My favorite part is that little skit where Teen Juniper tried to do a synchronized dance to something like that. And it's like, no, you can't do this. You can't do this. Ren being that choreographer. I questioned Ren. Ren. Anyway, it's going to be like, I don't know, it's 15-minute song, so blah blah blah. Anyway, what do I think of like RWBY Season 4? And I'm going to point down RWBY Chibi as well. Yes, it's a must watch. Because, one, you got your serious action better than Dragon Ball Z. Okay, that's an understatement. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is popular and pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't watch it. And RWBY Chibi is just your slapstick comedy skit deal series where you just want to watch it and laugh at it. Especially with the skits that had something to do with Zwei and Blake. Yeah, the typical cat and dog deal. Must watch. Anyway, every Sunday will be another comedy review on RWBY's Volume 4. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be very, very... Well, it's going to be like that for a while. And if you got... Yeah, I probably don't got a lot of questions, but I do probably have like a better explanation. It's like, Kami, what about Danganronpa? What are you going to do with Hope? Believe it or not, the Hope episode is pretty much ended. The reason why I didn't review, there's only one episode that tied everything together. And it made a whole lot of sense because it's just meant to be a special, but not like the future that, like, the future arc is kind of like pretty tedious on my end. And then the despair arc is just as bad. And looking at that, it was like, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Sorry. Anyway, for more comic reviews, please like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you put a comment below. It's like you want to see more of me talking about RWBY or other content. This is Kaminari. I bid you a farewell. Bye!